Hello everyone and welcome to what is an incredibly anticipated event. It is time to do some GT3 racing in Funrace 4 of Season 2 in ACSL. We're here on a Tuesday. We've done one of these before, but we only just selected ones depending on attendance. We haven't been here for the last two. We weren't here for the last one, considering as well only two drivers I think it was who actually raced, quite interestingly. So yeah, I think we had some valid reasons to not bring you the fun races over the last 2 weeks. If you are wondering though, which you should be wondering if you're not on our Discord, but join our Discord to make sure you don't have to do that. But yeah, let's just get to the point. Where was the action on Saturday? Where was some of the wheel-to-wheel action that you're just seeing right now on screen? Well, we weren't able to hold a race on Saturday. So how it's gonna work is everything's just shifted a week forward. So we're gonna end 1 week late, and we'll do the 3 rounds that we had remaining. Which of course is Laguna Seca, which will be our next one. It was supposed to be last week. We have to wait a little bit extra, but it'll be worth it. So that's how that's going to work. For anyone wondering where were we on Saturday, we weren't actually racing. So you're going to get 1 week of extra action, and it basically means you're gonna see Saturday action up until Formula 1 actually do it themselves. So yeah, it means you don't have a break week now. You just get to watch racing, which, to be fair, we've entertained you now for an extra week when it comes to it. So I'm sure you'll all be pretty happy. That means you won't have any breaks now in terms of weekend action. You get to watch this, and then straight after you get the Formula 1 action. So at least we've saved you from that. So you're taking the compromise early. You'll be getting the gain later. And now, if anyone hasn't been able to tell, I'm not feeling too well right now. Or haven't really been over the last few days anyway. So bear with the commentary as well. It's definitely better than what I had on Sunday when I was doing another league. And over the next 3 days, I've got 3 days of Formula 3 testing as well, which I'm really into. Not properly commentating, but you know, doing bits and bobs, talking about Formula 3 with their new car. So yeah, it's, let's just say, quite a bit of talking still, and lots of analysis and stuff. But yes, feeling better than Sunday, at least. So we're going to be in for an interesting race. Another new thing we're going to add is we're going to be able now to interview drivers after the race. So we did a post-race over the last few weeks. We've done it. But now we're going to be getting driver interviews. Not today. Because, of course, I've got to run off to the F175 launch. Oh yeah, also I forgot about that. That's another thing I'm doing analysis on. So I'm actually doing some stuff later today as well. But yeah, I've got to run off to that basically. It takes place in about 59 minutes. But as we have a short format, we'll be done by then. But yeah, it does mean I just need to rush off and get things set up, get things ready for the F175 launch. So that will be quite interesting. But we're just currently waiting to getting qualifying underway. The final few moments of practice are coming to a close. Ginger at the top, also known as Kobe Mayonnaise from the main season that's taking place. It's that time where everyone comes up with their Discord usernames or whatever username they want for the fun races, which is slightly annoying. It is slightly annoying, of course, trying to work out the difference between the main season drivers and also everyone just completely changing their names all the time, and it makes it slightly hard to reference them when you're trying to compare, and of course for the viewers as well, it's slightly harder for you guys as well to just make that comparison. That, oh yeah, this driver found himself with a late move, with a bold move to take the lead. But yeah, and then when you get here, the name's completely different. But yes, that's just for information. That's just so everyone is aware. For the main season, they have to use the names that they sign up with, so that's their proper names. We love a bit of full names in there. Talking about full names, we're looking at a driver who has them right now, Perez Torres, into the pit lane. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. But yeah, Ginger looking quite a bit ahead of everyone so far. But now it's time for the qualifying. Now it is time for qualifying. It's going to be 10 minutes of qualifying, 25 minutes of racing. So as I mentioned, not as long as we usually have it. We say about 10 minutes compared to the actual proper thing. This is a fun race, but yes, as I mentioned at the top of the show, that this is a highly anticipated event, which right now I may not be displaying with my voice. As I mentioned, I'm sick, so you know, I'm saving it. I'm saving it till we actually get to the proper racing and action. Because yeah, I noticed on Sunday when I got a bit too excited, even before the action got underway, I literally had to throw down to a hot lap, which is not really why I do the hot lap. Usually it's fine. Usually I just do the hot lap just so you guys get to listen to the engine and you don't have to hear my voice for a minute. But yeah, I actually had to take advantage of that last on a broadcast on Sunday, where being a bit too excited, being a bit too excited, got myself just coughing for about a minute. So I had to be like, okay, it's time for a hot lap. And yeah, very nearly coughing while saying that as well. And then having to drink like lots of water to settle it in. But yes, back to the point. I mean, we do love just going on different conversations, don't we? We absolutely love that. And that's one thing I did miss on Saturday. Broadcasting with not broadcasting to you guys. However, I think the broadcast on Saturday, I don't know how that would have gone. It would have happened, yes, because I never actually miss. I never miss any commentary due to sickness. It would have happened, absolutely. But I don't know how good it would have been, considering I'd say that day I was the worst. Sunday I was slightly better, but still terrible. So yeah, I don't know how Saturday would have gone. If I'm honest with you, Saturday could have been quite a bit interesting. Let's say, with how these drivers race. And me trying to keep on top of all of it. But back to the point once again. The racing. It's a highly anticipated event, this. It is so anticipated. It is definitely been one that loads of drivers have wanted to race with. And now they're going to get the opportunity. Now they're going to get to go out there and race with this machinery. You can see loads of different brands in there. You've got Porsche, you've got Mercedes, Audi in there as well. Loads of GT3 cars on display, different brands of course coming in, which is great to see. Always great to see. But yes, really looking forward to this around the home of British motorsport, the home of Formula 1, you could even say. The Silverstone circuit, which inspires and is a motor racing facility like no other. We use it here in the virtual world as well, and it's just as good, it's just as thrilling. And one of the main things this event is for, and while it has great on-track action, you expect that you expect that of all motorsport facilities, but this is really the race for people when it comes to the real life Grand Prix that takes place here. It is the People's Grand Prix. You have Monza with the speed, well, Indy 500 you could even say with the speed, Le Mans with the endurance. There's so many different ones. Monaco has the glamour. This is for the people, but at the same time a facility of racetrack that is completely extraordinary, that always delivers no matter what we send around there, whether it's F1, F2, F3, Porsche, Melbourne 1 Super Cup that aren't actually racing there this year. unfortunately, or even let's say GB3. I'm just naming all of F1 and their and feeder series as well. But yes, you have loads of incredible stuff, British touring cars, you name it. So really exciting stuff for this to be taking place, and as we mentioned, a highly anticipated event, an event which loads of drivers have been excited for, and hopefully now they'll deliver us with some brilliant action. So let's see then. They're all making their way through, they're all pushing on. Here's right up towards the line, and he goes to second position. He's behind Dante Spapen. Who else is going to be cutting the beam soon? So Ronnie goes to second position. You also find yourself with more and more drivers pushing on. You have Yuhan as well. Let's see what they can manage. And nothing on that lap time. Coming in, Perez Torres. So that's Mark Perez Torres in what was 7th, now is 8th. After the improvement for Anis, who moves up. So Anis moving up all the way through. The next driver that will be close is Mardu, and he's making his way to Maggots and Beckett, so he'll be the next one to cut the beam and cut over the line unless he decides to go into the pit lane. So it's Papen, it's Anis, Ronnie, Rai, and then you have Saiveru, Gingeru, Bartop, Perez Torres, Yuhan, Marju, and you also have the absolutely rapid driver that is Sergi Moreira. So he's one to keep an eye on, and he's out on circuit as well. Perfect time, perfect timing. He's out there on the circuit. As up towards the line comes Mardu, slightly wide. And he cuts the beam and he's miles off. So he is going to be looking for a proper lap. He'll be looking for a proper lap. Dantis Papen's already on the front of the field. Can he do anything better to increase his advantage when it comes to the next lap? Saiveru is going to be finding himself with a slight moment on the circuit. Nothing of consequence at this stage. But we have right now on the clock, as you can see, 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Rai finds the improvement. He goes to the front row. So that's super stuff from him as Ronnie gets there. Ronnie gets there by 4.5 tenths of a second. Just over that. He now goes to the front. So you're getting the improvements. You're getting the pace being set in the final minutes of this session. A driver who looked quick when it came to the practice session. When it comes to qualifying though, he comes over the line. He's quick again, but not as quick as Ronnie, because he is joining him on the front row, but adrift by just under 3 tenths of a second, as Addis will also get there. It's even tighter between those two, as Addis moves up to second. So loads of drivers improving to the front row. Perez Torres to 7th. Well, is Sergi Moreira just about to? Oh no, he's coming in. He's just coming in. I think he wanted to get himself just ahead of me on the grid. Oh, never mind. That hasn't worked. I think he was just going out there for a little bit of fun, to be fair. You know, just one out lap. Won't do anything. And it'll all work for him. So, Ronnie right now up there. And Ronnie's got the position. So, this is going to be exciting stuff coming in. Who else is going to be able to find the time? 2 minutes to go. Time in this session is running out. Mardu improves to 4th. So that's Mardu improving to 4th position. Great stuff there from him. A lap that he needed, a lap that he got. You are watching Rai though, about to cut the beam, as he will put his foot to the floor. Go on to the Hamilton Straight, where the line awaits him. And he begins what will be his final lap. Any drivers coming over the line now, it's their final lap. So they have to perform. They absolutely have to perform. Here is Gingeru, a driver who's been on the attack so far. Got close with the lap that he set this time last lap around. This lap though, it is going to be a trip to the front of the field by 0.6 of a second. Gingeru on top as it stands. Top 3 for Audi as well, with the Audi machines of the GT3 cars. Gingeru at the front, setting a benchmark which will take quite a lot of beating if anyone else has a response. Gingeru's had a moment, so that's the best he'll manage. If anyone can improve by a big margin, they will find themselves with a chance. Brandon Bartop goes to 7th position. And now you're going to see coming in. So Marju's coming in. Marju's pushing on. Let's see what he will manage as he comes around the final corner, drifting around that final corner up towards the line. No improvement. No improvement there. Spaped will be the next one. So Dante Spaped could be one to watch. Checkered flag is flying here in the Funrace 4 in the GT3 qualifying session. Spaped's into the pit lane, no response for him. Here is Roddy. So he is the driver that is closest to Gingeru. He's still a massive 0.6 away. Can he get that closer? Can he get that ahead? The answer is coming our way across the line. No improvement for Ronnie. Saireru off the road. We have loads of cars out here right now. So, making their way through. So you're going to have Torres. That's the car that's right now in your picture. Making their way through. You also find yourself with Yuhan pushing on. The driver in 10th. At this stage. So you're looking for these drivers that are trying to improve. Saireru will not improve for sure because he had a moment on the circuit. These guys all with laps that are absolutely miles off the pace as it stands. They will look to get closer. So, Yuhan coming up towards the line now. Onto the Hamilton straight. Let's see. So, visibly Torres has got closer. So it could be a good lap for Torres. It is a good lap for Torres. He's in 7th position. And that is exactly what he was looking for. You could see visibly that he was getting closer to Yuhan, and that meant that you could definitely tell that Torres was on a decent lap. In terms of a decent lap where he could gain quite a couple of positions. Well, it's a 1 minute wait. It's a 1 minute wait till we can find ourselves getting the cars on the grid. Gingeru may have taken pole by a massive margin. Remember one thing though. Remember one thing. And that is that we don't know about Sergi Moreira. On the evidence of previous fun races, he is quick. As Brandon Bartop saying, you should subscribe to the ACSL Racing League. He's always getting the promotions in there. Great to see. Great to see indeed. So, here we go. This is exciting now. Brandon saying the Audis are way too quick. But yes, now it's time to go racing. We're only 30 seconds away from doing so. Here at Silverstone Circuit. In what has absolutely been such a highly anticipated event. The GT3s are about to do a battle here at Silverstone. Some racetrack, some machinery, some drivers to match it. Here come the lights. And we go GT3 racing at Silverstone. Gingeroo with a flying start off the line. The battle that you are going to be looking for into Abbey Corner is going to be for second place, which is going to belong to Ronnie, as Anis is directly behind with Spapen in 4th position. Mardu in 5th. Late dive bomb incoming. And that's a late lunge to take second place. But that's a late lunge which sends Anis too wide. Can Ronnie try fight back? Over the curb. Slightly wide for our race leader. The cars are all doing battle. They're all over the road. In the background as well, you are getting an aggressive opening lap. That's exactly what we expected. Close stuff in the background. Off the road goes Perez Torres as he's doing battle with Mardu. It's close stuff into Brooklands. Very tight. Gingeroo, 6/10, exactly the margin that he had in qualifying. But this time around, he's got a field that wants to get by. He's got a field that wants to go on the attack. Here is Mardu. So, here is Mardu. And he's going to do battle with Perez Torres on the run towards Copse Corner. So will he be able to get by? I think they'll all sit in behind at their stage. Opportunities will open up. On board stuff. Inside the car. With Anis. We've got Audis, Porsches. You have the BMW, the only BMW in the field, belonging to Mardu at this stage. And then we have 2 Mercedes in the field, Perez Torres and Sergi Moreira, the 2 behind the wheel of that. Brandon Bartop in the Porsche as well, Yuan in the Audi. And the only BMW is improving up. And that was a very late lunge. We cut away from it, but that was super late on the brakes, I have to say. As Rye tries to get past Ronnie, and he will do so when he goes on to the next lap. On the Hamilton straight, he will be the driver who is claiming the final spot on the rostrum as it stands. Oh, that's a moment at high speed for Anis, who was close to the race lead. But Rye, after improving to the podium, I think he'll fancy another position now. He'll fancy another position. You have Moreira, Sergi Moreira improving a couple of places. But yeah, I think Rye will fancy another position and he will want to go in the attack and chase down and see what the Gingeroo has to offer in terms of defense. That is a super wide line in the background from Ronnie. But the gaps are still, well, they look closer than they are when you look at it from certain angles. Which is really interesting to see. And a really great race going on currently. I think it is fair to say. .1 seconds out in front. So it's getting super tight. And it's great to see them all attacking. Talking about attacking, you're going to see Moreira no longer in 8th. He's now in 7th because he's gained a position. Oh, that's not a very good sight. We were wanting to go on board with Perez Torres, but he's out of the race. This is close. This is close stuff on board. Is he going to go the long way around? Well, that was a super wide line, and he's still keeping his foot in. So much later on the brakes. Ahead. Late lunch time from Anis, who will not be able to get there. My word, from downtown. Goodness me. Well, we had Alex Jakes saying from Amsterdam for the dive bomb from Israel Fassi in the F1 Sim Racing. Well, I'll need to come up with something for these drivers at this stage because they're loving dive bombing when we head down to Whale Corner. They're loving dive bombing right now at any point of the circuit, as you can see on your screen. Anis trying to improve to second place. They're all battling over who wants to challenge Ginger out front. He's 1.2 seconds right now in front. It's changing, but if these guys do battle, they'll be losing time. Right now, Ronnie is going to get a good view of this. Oh my word, he won't be getting a view of it for too long because he's wide. He's wide. And I don't think he was the... Yeah, so you can see Anis has got ahead of right. So that was going on all this while as well, while these guys were all having this absolute mammoth battle. Absolutely wild stuff. Well, we love a bit of ACSL racing exactly for this reason. You just get some crazy stuff that amazes you. It really looks like, when you go on board, especially with these drivers, it really looks like they're just running right out wide. But these machinery, these cars allow them to do that. And then also get on the power. So some drivers aren't extracting the best from it. Other drivers are taking advantage. Well, let's go on board again. I'm really loving the onboard views. And we really get to see the difference when it comes to the braking zone. Is it going to be a move up the inside of Stowe, or is he going to once again stick it to the outside? There we go. Once again, on the power. And that will be the position gauge as we navigate our way through. It is super tight. And get ready for another late lunge. Super late on the brakes. Elbows out stuff from Anis, who is going to find himself moving through and up to second place, retaking that position. Even if we don't get a battle for the lead, this battle for second is just so interesting. Where I wouldn't even be surprised if Rai sends a dive bomb. In a few moments, he's not going to send a dive bomb. He's going to go all the way around the outside. That is the momentum that he's got. That is the speed that he's trying to carry. And now, he'll get to the apex first. Could the exit belong to Anis? Not on the outside. Possibly to the inside. It's tight stuff once again. As we go on to what is the Wellington Straight. And a Wellington Straight, which has two drivers that don't want to give an inch. The leader of GT3 is pulling away. He's got a gap of 2.4 seconds. And still these two do battle. Still, Rai tries to get by. And he's getting past. Looks like it. Looks like it. Through Woodker. He's got to get by. And then we're going to be heading towards Cops Corner. Don't mention 2021. I mean, it's getting so close, though. It is getting so close. On board all over the road. Oh, he's looking to try and carry all the speed possible. He's trying to extract all over the road. And now he's trying to get by. Now he's trying to get by. Look at the speed they're about to carry. Through Maggots. Through Beckett's. Well, you've got three cars battling for the second place. For second place. You've got three in the battle for fifth, which includes Sergio Moreira, if anyone's trying to see where he is. Brandon Bartop drops down to 9th. He's been passed by Savaru. That's a battle that goes on. You can see them. Look at them. Look at them coming. Oh, contact! Bartop with the spin. After the pair make contact and collide. Is Marju going to be able to get by? Now we're going to have to pick between so many great battles on the circuit. So, first we'll keep an eye on Marju. He'll fancy his chances down the outside. Could there be the chance for Sergio Moreira? Could it be possibly past the pair? Could it be a two guys Hamilton? No, not at this stage. I mean, he was looking for it. He had the line for it. Didn't have the momentum. Quite in this case. What about a Jack Crawford style overtake? Two cars battling down the Hamilton straight. Well, if one of them goes wide and he's able to go on the attack, then possibly we could have exactly that replicated. And that is looking very tight. This is the chance for Ryan to pull away. It was tight. It was as tight as it looked. It's tight further back as well. Still in this battle. Now there's the chance for Sergio Moreira to get by. Silverstone versus Bartop. They've been reignited as well. Fantastic. So, when can Moreira fight away by is our question. He'll be trying his absolute best. Can he get fast? Oh, he's seeing these two. He is assessing right now. These two going wheel to wheel. Now, here's the chance for Moreira on the outside line. On board we go. We're loving a bit of on board. Especially towards Copse Corner. You can really see you've got 2 drivers ahead. And you're really looking to see where Morera is gaining compared to all of them. And gaining is now. Because when we look off board, he'll be alongside. Not even alongside. Throw that out of the window. He's passed. He is passed. And Spapen sliding all over the place as he tries to keep that one going. And now Morera's going to try and get past Mardu. So, apologies, that was Ronnie who was sliding. That you would have seen further up ahead. Got my words mixed up there. I wanted to show you Spapen and Morera all battling with Mardu. We've got another battle though. That's what we love about this race. There's so much battling. Oh! Step back from the screen! All the way around! And I thought he was going to slew into the back of Ronnie there. Morera finally up to the place that he's wanted to get to for a while. 5th position is in his possession. As onto the Hamilton straight once again. I think every time we get onto the Hamilton straight, just a moment of, you know. Look, another lap completed. We're on the Hamilton straight, guys. Another lap completed. I think that's our cue now. Every lap is the Hamilton straight that we keep mentioning. I always need to mention it, considering how much they're all battling. It's wild right now. It's absolutely wild. I'm loving this race. Here we go. Down through. We're only trying to find and assess the best line. Can he go all the way around the outside? That would have been at least his aim. To just get a better exit mostly right now. And then try to see what he can do. Try to see if he's got the pace to chase after. Right. Who's trying to do exactly that to Gingeru, who has had full control over this race ever since the start, really. There was just that wide moment on lap number 1 at Aintree, right before we went onto the Wellington straight. Oh, it's a retirement. It is a retirement for Ronnie. That will be. Never mind, he's back out here, so that was an issue. So that was a issue going on. He's back out here, and he's actually making an overtake. Well, we thought it was all over. We thought it was all over. A little jump scare moment there. We thought it was all over. It's not over. He's right now ahead, and you can see that there is clearly some lag going on for Ronnie. So that would explain why we momentarily just got that. Because he's drifting around corners in a way which this car, as impressive as it isn't able to do quite that. Unfortunately. Into towards the. Here we go. This is the hard thing for a driver trying to get by on another car that's lagging. You're trying to do so in the best way possible, but they could literally just be inside you any second. Now Anis has got by. Now he'll try pull away, but I think it may have just been settled now for Ronnie, which is good. At least he's still in it compared to the sight of him retiring. That momentarily came on our timing boards. You can see the background, Sergio Morera gaining, getting closer and closer and closer to this. We're just fan. Oh, that's wide. That's wide. Through Woodcut, and now there's going to be the chance. Down towards Copse Corner. Well, this time around it is close. Don't mention 2021 this time around, because it is close. They are side by side. Who is feeling brave? And this holds on to it. But on the exit, he's all out of shape. On the exit, Ronnie moves past. And now, here comes Sergio Morera right to the top of screen. You can see them coming closer and closer towards us. And it's so tight. There's Morera. Keep an eye for the white liveried machine there. The Mercedes trying to get by. The Mercedes will get by. Morera moves up to 4th. So Morera moving up to 4th position. Down into. Oh, and he's thinking about it. He was so close for the move. But this is where everyone likes going for the late move. He is 6/10 away. I don't think he'll be able to do it this time around. Back onto the straight. And onto this straight. Which absolutely delivers. And we love watching them go through every single time around. Always fascinating, always fun to watch. 10 minutes to go in this race that has been incredible to watch so far. You've had loads of incredible battles going on, as Silverstone's had a moment on the circuit. Loads of incredible battles, loads of action, especially in the battle for second place. I think that's incredibly carried this race, to be fair. If we didn't have the battle for second, then I probably wouldn't be giving you the same description. Which, well, would I give you the same description? Probably. Because, you know, at the end of the day, that is kind of my role. You know, making sure that whatever goes on the circuit, the race is interesting. So, yeah, absolutely. It's yeah. You would have probably got that description anyway, no matter what happened. But luckily, luckily I'm not lying to you. You know I'm not lying to you when we've had so much great action, and we're about to get some more now. You know I love a bit of onboard down the hanger straight. Late lunge. Sergio Moreira looking for a move that he could possibly try and, well, get some memories out of. Try get something that can go on the wall in his room. Or a video clip for that show reel. And that is absolutely one of them. I didn't think the move was fully complete. In terms of I thought he was going to come straight back with a dive bomb at Whale. But no, it was complete. Fair play, Sergio Moreira. Lovely stuff. And now he'll try pull away, and I don't think Ronnie's gonna be the best of fans of that idea. I don't think he's gonna be a big fan of that idea. I think he'll want to go straight hunting back and charge through. 8 minutes to go. Well, if Sergio Moreira is to charge through to the win, it's gonna take quite something. I think he's got stuck in traffic for too long. And I think GT3, to be fair, had just that much mega pace anyway. I think his pace level is just incredible anyway. So, Bartom just making his way through, setting a personal best that time around in terms of lap time. Even Ginger actually setting a personal best that time around. So he's continued to eke the gap out, as you can see now at 7 seconds. But yeah, a couple of personal bests coming in that time around. So yeah, as I mentioned, a personal best for Brandon Bartop. They will push. Oh! A moment off the circuit for Rye. And when he comes back on. He's going to be getting the sight of Sergio Moreira directly in front. And you saw it. You saw it directly in the middle of screen, where he was half round, and when we looked back, you saw the overtake take place. Absolutely incredible stuff. And now, well, Moreira moves up, and that is the fastest lap of the race coming in there. That's the fastest lap of the race coming in from Sergio Moreira that time around. Oh, another spin for Rye. Another spin for Rye. So Rye loses it once again. Here we go then. Are we going to see another late lunge? Here we go. Late defense coming in from Anis, who's also set a very impressive fastest lap of the race earlier on. Well, belonged to him earlier. He's also managed a 2-minute 1, which only Moreira's managed. Moreira's slightly quicker, but still quite impressive stuff from Anis, who is right now the driver that has position of 3rd. 5 minutes to go. Still action, still battles. You get to see quite a bit with the static angle that we get every time when they go through Maggot, Beckett. Loads of people forget about Chapel Curve, which is not visible on screen, but the drivers are going through about now. And then they're on to the Hanger Straight. Stowe Corner coming up. Club Rail. Hamilton Straight. I think we know how it works. Pretty much. This is one of those circuits that definitely comes in muscle memory for drivers. Definitely one of those where you don't need any track maps, you don't need any of that. Well, for a commentator, unless you don't do any broadcasting necessarily in the UK, or you know, you're just a muscle memory. All of the corners, you don't need a track map. It's one of those circuits where you absolutely don't need it. There's a few others as well on this circuit. Especially the more you cover, it just belongs in muscle memory. So a bit more of a quiet end to the race we are currently seeing compared to what we had earlier on. But it was always going to settle down at one point. And now is that moment where it's a bit too late for Moreira to get close to Gingeroo. Even though Moreira very nearly matched his fastest lap on that time around. He was quite a bit quicker. And that's a mistake for Ronnie. You just saw on screen. Could bring Ryan to play. If there's more of that. So 3 minutes, remember? When it turns 0, that is the last lap. So there's no 25 minutes plus a lap. It comes straight to a close soon as the timer hits 0. Well, that is the last lap. When it hits 0, that is the last lap. Even if they're at this corner, right at the end of the lap. Yeah. If it hits 0 right before he crosses the line even, then it is the last lap straight away. And then you're like, will he make it? Will he make it? Luckily, we haven't had that much of a close call so far. If we do have a close call, then, you know, you have to be prepared. But to be fair, I am used to checkered flags being thrown early. We had it in Monaco for Formula 2 last year. We had it in Baku. Well, to be fair, Baku this year we were informed for Formula 2. The Porsche Supercup sometimes doesn't follow that rule of +1 lap, so you just get surprised. Oh, there's the checkered flag. Call the winner across the line. As well. Okay. Well, I believe from early calculation this is going to be the penultimate lap. Next lap will be the final lap. And you can see how much Sergio Moreira is pushing. He is getting everything out of the car. He is pushing to another level right now. If you want to see a driver pushing to the limit behind the wheel, this is the onboard for you. You can see just gaining, taking that Mercedes all the way, trying to take it all the way to the top. Now he goes through these iconic corners, 4.4. He needed a few more laps if he wanted to steal the win. But the next lap will be the final tour at Silverstone circuit. And it's going to be an exciting tour as well. Because Mardu is getting super close to an overtake in the battle for 5th position. as we will come out of the final corner. We are on to the final lap at Silverstone. Ginger leading, being chased down by Morera all the way to the flag. Morera, who started in the back, has fought his way past all of these drivers, including the ones in your picture. They still will battle for 5th. That's Mardu and that's Rai. And Sergi Morera is gonna get so close. The clock has hit 0. We are on the last tour at Silverstone. Sergi Morera trying to extract absolutely everything of the car. I believe he's still going to fall short unless it's the most extraordinary racing lap I've ever seen in my life. But man, is he going to get close. It would be great if we can't even get this gap. Under 2.5. But he is really pushing this car to another level. Man, is this incredible to watch. If we had a couple more laps, if we had the usual 30 minutes, it could have been a really, really wild finish. But he'll know that this is the last lap. He'll know that time is ticking. And Ginger, you have to give it to him as well. He has managed the pace absolutely brilliantly. And that is what a racing driver needs. Not only all about having the outright pace we have seen in ACSL races in the past. Loads of drivers have been rapid. Loads of drivers have had extraordinary pace. But they find themselves with little errors here and there. Or in a battle with someone else. They didn't keep their cool. And it can lead to moments of consequence. For Gingeru, it will be moments of celebration. Because he started the race from pole. Across the 25 minutes, he has absolutely dominated. No one has been able to challenge your race winner. Funrace 4, the GT3 race at Silverstone, belongs to Gingeru. He beats home Morera, who came from the back. He finishes in 2nd, and he was 1.8 seconds away. Had there been one more lap, he may have even had the extra push to go for it. Now, you're going to have Ronnie in 4th. Mardu will be possibly in 5th. Rai wants to take it away. It is going to be so close. Oh, over the line. It's side by side to the line. Who's going to get it? It will be so tight between these two. It's Mardu who finishes ahead. Incredible action all the way to the end. As Rai has to settle for 6th. Spapen in 7th. He'll be quite disappointed with that. Over the road, over the road. That'll be tight stuff. Silverio makes his way through. And you've got drivers over here across all different laps. You've got Bartop, you have Yuhud, you have Cyberu. And here is Bartop. As he brings it home, he brings it to the check. Oh, and he's going to get tagged round. He's going to get tagged round by Cyberu, who is just enjoying himself. Hasn't taken the flag yet, just doing what he wants basically on the circuit. Brandon Bartop, though, tagged around, still though will make it to the checkered flag in 8th position over the finish line. There we go, there we go. And then I know Cyberu was interested in donuts and a lot of stuff, but you know, let's see if he's gonna get there. Here we go, wait for it, wait for it. Across the line, the final driver to reach the flag. Perez Torres is the only retirement. And that concludes Funrace 4 at Silverstone. Well, I mean, I would love to sit here and chat with you all. I would absolutely love that. However, I do have an event to get to. I do have the F175. That is going to be taking place in about 13 minutes. So I do need to get prepped for that, considering I'm also doing analysis and other stuff on that. I do need to go. I really appreciate all of you joining us. It's been incredible to broadcast you another round, and that was one of the races that may not have had just chaos every single corner. But it should be fair, we don't want chaos every single corner, but the overtaking every single corner, maybe that you get in the Renault Clio Cups, cars where everyone's a lot more close, where you have more drivers, where you have more action and more stuff going on the circuit. You had just really a normal race which everyone will be satisfied with. That's what we got, and that's why also these cars are very good. Had we had a few extra minutes, Man, it would have been a brilliant finish between Gingeroo and Moreira. But there wasn't a few extra minutes. We had 25 minutes. With one extra lap coming in as well. And the winner was, of course, Gingeroo. And that's all that matters. He had 25 minutes. He executed it. And he performed. And he dominated from lights to flag. Which, even if you have a pace advantage over the other drivers, is quite hard, considering so many things can happen in the opening lap. Or you can make a mistake, or so much stuff can happen. But, yeah. He controlled it. He delivered it. He deserves it. Moreira with a brilliant drive as well from the back. He wanted to last it first. He won't get it today. But he got oh so close. And it was great to see a driver in anger, pushing on at the end. Not really in anger, but you get what I mean. Just giving it his all at the end. Lovely to see. Well, I did say, I can't sit here and chat. I literally just did. Well, stand here and chat, but I literally just did. Okay, well. Before I continue, thank you very much to everyone who's joined us. It has been brilliant to broadcast you this round. Remember, we are going to go racing. We'll continue the season we've had. We're on a bit of a delay with the main season now. 1 week delay, but we'll be back racing at Laguna Seca in the Renault Clio Cup car. How exciting. We cannot wait. We've had to wait extra long now for that to return, but it will be worth it. When we go racing on Saturday, same time, we'll see you then. Enjoy the F175 launch.